My name is Jason Pasley. I'm the Trauma Medical Director at McLaren Oakland in Pontiac, Michigan. We're all there for the patient, and we all know that because we've taken care of family members, we've taken care of young kids, we've taken care of older people. So if you just treat every patient like they're a family member, everyone's going to pull together for the good of the patient. In medical school, I joined the Air Force on a scholarship, and then I did an Air Force residency. Through that, I was active duty, started off as a captain, and then a major, and I did my payback time with the Air Force at the University of Maryland Shock Trauma Center. I was there for 6 years, and I completed as a lieutenant colonel after 13 years of service. During my time in the Air Force, I did 2 tours of duty running the hospital in Afghanistan at Craig Joint Theater Hospital, where I got to take care of deployed soldiers, which is probably one of the biggest honors of my career. After I got out of the military, my wife and I moved to Los Angeles for a bit at Cedars-Sinai Hospital, and then the jobs in Pontiac opened up, so I moved to Pontiac. So on November 30th, I was in the operating room. I was about to start an elective case. Luckily, one of my other partners was there with me. We were both going to do a case together, so there were 2 of us on site. Right before the case started, I got a call from one of my trauma PI specialists. Hey, there's a mass shooting happening at a high school down the road. I thought, oh my God, what's happening? You know, I'm now up in Pontiac, Michigan. I'm not in Los Angeles. I'm not in Baltimore. I'm not in the bigger cities where we saw this fairly regularly. I'm in Pontiac, Michigan. And I then just went through my checklist. I talked to the anesthesiologist. I said, hey, how many rooms do we have available in the next 30 minutes, in the next hour? You know, hold any new cases, because I don't know how many patients we're gonna get and what we have going on. Unfortunately, I've dealt with some multi-casualty and mass casualty incidents, mostly in Afghanistan, but also in Baltimore. And so I was preparing myself for that. We do also do some drills at the hospital. So hospital staff have an idea of the normal flow and things like that, but drills are always different than the real thing. We got 4 at our hospital that day. A few of the other hospitals got 1 or 2 patients as well. As you know, it's somewhat hard because anytime that there's an incident like this, there's a lot of information from social media, from phone calls and things like that. And a lot of our hospital staff have either family or friends or live up in that area. So that's very near and dear to our community and home. You know, we had a few patients that were mild to moderately injured, and we had one that was critically injured. And it's just making sure that we can all pull together for those patients to take the best care of them that we could. It sounds funny, but through even officer training back in medical school, I think that leadership opportunity changed me. I think starting at shock trauma, changed me. Shock trauma is, on par, just as busy, if not busier. So I think because of that military aspect there, I've been able to take care of very sick people, multiple stab wounds, multiple gunshot wounds, multi-car accidents, multi-trauma patients. The teams at McLaren Oakland, not all of us have worked together for that long. There are new people that start every day and things like that. And a lot of people haven't seen, kids get shot like in this incidents or other, trauma like that. But just everyone is on the same team, pulling together. So I think the lessons that I learned from the military I've brought there, and I think it helps us both on the day of the Oxford shooting, but it helps us every day taking care of our community. I will remember all 4 kids from that day that I saw. Unfortunately, one did not make it. I will remember him and his family for as long as I live. I remember the soldiers that I've lost in Afghanistan for as long as I live, and several other people. But then there are those great success stories that I have. There's at least one from Los Angeles that sticks with me in my mind right now, several from Baltimore, and several from McLaren Oakland. So it's the other victories that you have to remember to help get you through the tough times of the patients that don't make it. And it's hard. It's hard to talk to families or parents or spouses or kids to tell them that their loved one has passed away from violence. So I think that's one of the hardest things that we do. And then I think it's also to decompress ourselves, to not let that eat at you. With everything that's been going on for the last couple of years, with COVID, with this tragedy, as well as countless other things, I think it's really important to come together as a medical community. I think a medical community as a whole, as well as the community in our hospitals, to take care of our patients, to take care of our city, and to take care of each other. I think it's really important for all of us to uplift each other, support each other through these difficult times, and moving forward. We are moving forward. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, so we can all get there together and support each other.